Hello, Gems. How are you doing? This is Life with Marlene, your Florida vlogger. So, I attempted to try to do that live and I think it froze or something. So, we're going to try this again. And now I'm going to talk about a topic for about 30 minutes or so. And the topic that I want to talk about is don't let people use you. And I think that this is so very important to talk about it because there's so many people who let people run over them. They let people run over them. They let people run through them. They let people control them. They let people just do so many things to them. But we have options. You have an option as an adult. And I think a lot of people still are in the mode like a child and so used to people pleasing and allowing people to use them that they don't understand that they have a voice. You have a voice and you need to speak up for yourself. And I always want to feel like I can be the voice of the voiceless, the voice of a person who is weaker. Not saying that anybody is weak, but sometimes you go through those moments where you're having weak moments because of certain situations, being around somebody who is controlling, or being around someone who is manipulative, or someone who is a taker. And we can be in that mode or be around people who will constantly use and abuse us. And people will only go as far as we allow them. That sentence, that statement right there holds a lot of power because people can only do what you allow them to do. And until you understand that you don't have to allow people to use you, then your whole life will change. And I know that that's how it happened for me when I stopped allowing people to do things to me, like cutting people off when it was time to cut them off, or knowing when I felt disrespected and speaking up for myself. Knowing that you have power over so many situations, you cannot control what other people do, but you can control what you allow. You can control what you say. You can control the people that you go around because your time is too valuable to waste. And a lot of people don't understand that, like, when you really come into your own and you are aware of your worth and you know your value, you will not allow anybody, I don't care who it is, it's a relative, it's a friend, it's this person's people you've known for years. But just because you know people for years, it doesn't mean that they're good for you and good in your life. And those are the main individuals that you need to cut off. You need to cut off these controlling and manipulative people. You need to let them go. Okay? Hey, real odds and evens, how are you doing? Hi, you ain't ready. Welcome. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe if you're new. And that's one of the things in this life that I have to bring this out and to say this. Do not let people use you. Do not let people control you either. You know? Hey, Love and Live Show, how are you doing? Welcome. Don't let people take advantage of you. And I'm speaking to ladies and gentlemen because I'm going to go on both sides. I'm not a person that I take sides because I'm a woman and say, oh yeah, it's always women. Women are always right. No, ladies, we're dead wrong sometimes the way we treat, the men in our life, and vice versa. Sometimes men, you're dead wrong with how you treat other women or even how we are treating ourselves. And that's one of the things that, I had to really get tough with myself and say, like, Marlene, what are you even doing? Why are you allowing this? Why are you letting manipulative people or controlling people, lazy people, people who don't have anything going good in their life to control the power of your mind, the power of your life? Because we all have power. We're all powerful beings, but it's all about how powerful do you believe that you are? And until I made that realization that I'm stronger than I think, I'm stronger than I believe, I'm stronger than, so many things. And the same thing for you all. You're stronger than you know, you're stronger than you think, you're stronger than what other people say, because a lot of times certain situations that we go through, we feel like it could have broken us, right? I know I've been in that zone before, like, how am I still here? Like, how did this not take me out? But you survive for a reason. You survive for a purpose. Maybe there is some endeavor that you're supposed to get into. Maybe there's some people that you're supposed to reach. Maybe it's a foundation that you're supposed to start. I don't believe that anything happens to us by chance. Some things just happen to us and it's terrible, it's traumatic, is awful. But also, I believe that there's beauty in everything that happens to us in our lives. Everything that happens to us happens to you for a reason. But the majority of the population, they take that pain, they take that problem, they take that control, that manipulation, and they get stuck in it and they complain about it their whole life. But they do not ball up all of that negative energy and take it and channel it into something positive. Channel it into your foundation, channel it into your business, channel it into giving back, channel it into improving yourself and being better than who you were when that situation happened to you. And that is what separates individuals. So many people don't know how to separate the past from the present. We cannot change and shift our past, but what we can do is we can shift our present moment. And if we improve in our present, most doubtedly, undoubtedly, we are going to be better in our future. See, and for me, my life has not happened by chance. I didn't start to improve in my health and getting a better weight, or getting a better financial situation, or become better in communication and my emotional intelligence by chance. These things in life don't happen by chance. Real Odds says, absolutely love the breakdowns on important subjects you bring up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Make sure you check out all my mods in blue. I have to add Love and Live show too with her blue wrench. I hope you're doing good, Queen Lenora. Hey, boss lady Denise, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday, and happy Wednesday to all my Gems family. So, getting back into talking about this, not letting people use you. Let's be honest, the majority of us have let people use us. I know for sure, I can say that for me, I have let my relatives use me, abuse me, control me, get me stuck, take my power, and they will if you allow them. If you allow your relatives, they will bankrupt you. They'll take all the money you have. They will live up in your house. They will do so many things, but we're going to save that topic for another day. But I'm just saying, speaking in general, if you do not become aware and you do not do things to shift your life and not shift to make other people in your life comfortable, you will always be unhappy. And I had to start working on me so that I could be a better me. Hey, Miss Betty, how are you? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I had to do some things to shift to make me a better me. I don't know about you all, but I had to put in a lot of work into making me better. So sometimes when people look at you and they see you where you are in your present moment, they feel like, oh, everything is good, everything's perfect, like, oh, she's really happy. No, it's because I made the choice. Okay? I made a choice to be happy. I made a choice to love myself. I made a choice to change my life. I made a choice to change my eating habits and get into exercise and nutrition, and to learn about my finances so that I can improve and be a better version of me. And that's the difference, I think, between, the people who always talk about dreams and the people who put in the work, put in the skin in the game and learn and grow up and let themselves heal from their past so they can be better in their present. I know I'm not, making up something. This is not something I read in a book. I put in years into my life to improve because I said, I don't want to be like my ancestors. And it's no shade to my parents because my parents did the best that they could. But now, me as an adult, as a grown woman, I have to take my life by the reins and say, I want better health. So I can't be eating fried food. I can't be laying up in the bed and doing nothing, just always saying I'm tired. Whether you're laying in the bed or you're going to be active, handling your business, you're always going to be tired. So you might as well get up and get out there and do things because I know when I stay busy and I stay active and I get into my purpose, I become happier and I'm not miserable because I don't have to keep looking at myself and saying, "Oh my God, I gained weight. Oh my goodness, look, I don't have any more money." But what are you doing to shift and change that? So that's just something that, I just drop a gem right there for my gems family. If you want your life to be different, you have to do different. And that is the difference that, I didn't have that growing up. I can't speak for anybody. I can only speak for myself. I didn't have certain things growing up. I didn't grow up with the silver spoon in my mouth, but I most definitely grew up with the Jamaican hustle. I saw my mother and my father do things, and I watched and I was looking how you handle money, how you treat people, how you form relationships. And I extracted the good things that I learned and I left behind the negatives, and then I applied it to my life. Now, what do I want to do with what I have in my hands and turn it into monetize my business, monetize my gifts, make myself happy, live the life of my dreams? See, that's the difference. And most people aren't willing to do that. I put in work, and I say hard work. People don't understand how hard it is to go to therapy and people to, look at you in the face and tell you you're the problem. You're the one not doing anything. If you're unhappy, then why are you allowing this? And why do you go around these people? And that is the reason why I wanted to do this topic, is because a lot of times we will be talking about how we don't like things and how we hate the way, a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, your relatives, your friends, your financial situation, your health. You'll be complaining about all of these said things in your life, but you're doing nothing to change it. Okay? You're doing nothing to change it. And that's where I was like, I want to change. And that's why I always have this in my mind. What Les Brown always says, you have to be hungry. And I can't talk about other people's hunger. I'm talking about my own personal hungry. I had to be hungry for my life, and I had to be hungry for a change. And that's why I sat my butt down in therapy and I got well and I talked about the things that traumatized me, the things that hurt me, the times where I didn't get the support and the love because I wanted to be in the position to not harm or hurt or make the next generation stagnant. I want to see the cousins and my nieces and other people coming behind me to look at me as a role model, an example of love, of integrity, of making change happen, of giving yourself the permission to love yourself and to do all of those things. Because I don't know about you all, but I didn't grow up with love. Not that they didn't love me, but I mean in my love language, because a lot of people don't understand that part. There's a big difference. I grew up I know that they loved me because they kept a roof over my head and they gave me what I needed financially. But when it came to the emotional side, I didn't get the love and the hugs and the kisses and the affirmation and being poured in and told you you're amazing and you can do anything that you want, go for it. I didn't get that. That had to come from within. And it took me many years to come to the space in my life where I don't care what other people are doing with their life. But you're not going to stop me from doing what I need to do in my life. You're not going to stop me from traveling and having my business and having, financial my financial portfolio together. You're not going to stop me from, being happy and having peace. And that is the thing when it comes to relatives and friends, or I should say so-called, okay? So-called friends, so-called relatives, so-called, loved ones, so-called romantic partners, right? They talk a good talk, but they don't walk the walk. And they bring a lot of pain to you in your life. Chill Cruz says hello to you all. I love the new challenge in life I am facing because through Christ, all things will be for my good. Yes, all things will be for your good. Everything, I'll never forget. And I'm going to turn on my camera for a second so you guys can see this because I feel like it's important to say this, on camera. I remember when my niece told me something that changed my life. And a lot of people don't understand that a young person can really teach you something. And my little niece told me about, perspective. And she poured into me a way that nobody else had. She didn't even know how much she was teaching me and changing my life with this statement. And I'm going to teach it to all of you right now. She taught me that everything is working out for your good. She said, Auntie, everything is working out for your good. And I looked at her like she was crazy, like, what? And she said, yes, everything that you go through in your life is going to bring you to the moment and the space and the place that you need to be so that you can grow and be your best self. So I wanted to say that part on camera. And I appreciate her for that because she taught me something that most adults don't come to that space to ever learn, that you are exactly where you need to be. You went through exactly what you needed to go through in order to learn a lesson, to find out what you won't tolerate, what you don't like. Everything is shaping you like clay. But are you going to let the clay get hard? Are you going to get hardened and to think I can't make any change? Or are you going to break the mold? Are you going to allow yourself to be moldable? Are you going to allow yourself to be shaped and formed into something better? And I thank my niece for that all the time, that she taught me that everything is working out for your good. Do you hear me, gems? If that's not a gem, I don't know what that is. That was a life lesson for me because I was always complaining about my life and where I was and what people did to me. And when that light bulb went off, I feel like God used her, through her for me in order to teach me something that I needed to hear at that very moment. And that was it. Everything in your life is working out for you, but it's what you do with what you have that makes your life the way it is. It's like, wow. Remember, you're the one that's in control of your life. So if you're unhappy, if you feel like people are playing in your face, what are you doing about it? And why are you allowing it? See, that's the whole thing. That's the separation. That's the difference. Why are you allowing people to play in your face? Why are you allowing people to take your money? Why are you believing that you are not enough? See, you have to peel back the layers of yourself and ask yourself, why do I feel like I can't do anything? And that's one of the reasons why I was in therapy for so many years. I had to get underneath and peel back. Why was the reason why I was a procrastinator? It was because for me, there were times where I wanted to do things in my life, and somebody told me that you never do anything right. And in my mind, I had already made a decision in that moment, since I don't do anything right, why do it? And that had stopped me from completing tasks. I would be all excited about starting a task and having some, oh yeah, and so many things I had started, but nothing was completed. And until I learned to heal that inside of me, that I can finish things, that I have a great mind, I have a great opinion, I have a great story, I am a good person, and I'm worth finishing this. Until I heal that inside of myself, I can never stop being a procrastinator. So that's what I'm saying, Gems. It's a really deep thing to really think about times when people said things and did things to you, whether you were young, as a child, but you got to heal that inner child. And you also have to heal past relationships. When people bring pain to your life, you can't just say, I'm over it, just because that door closed to that relationship. You have to peel back certain things. What did they do to me? And also, what did I allow? And why didn't I end it when I ended it? And etc. Those are all things that are important, because if you don't heal the pain that people did to you, you are going to just rinse and repeat, and it's just going to be a new person, and you're going to be doing the same things. So until you fix and heal and learn what you do, what you allow, the cycle will continue. Okay. Chilwell Cruz says, I so understand this, Marlene. A lot of us don't have that emotional attachment, but it didn't stop our growth in life. Sometimes it's a generational curse. And that's one of the things, a Chilwell Crew, that I had to put in some work, because I didn't want to continue saying things about generational brokenness, because I don't believe in curses, because I'm not cursed, I'm blessed. Everything is what you speak over your life, and that's the reason why I had to get myself in therapy, to change mindsets, to change thoughts, and learn how to replace what was told to me. And now, what is the narrative that I say to myself? I no longer say I'm cursed. I no longer say I can't, I won't. It's I am, I will, I'm blessed, I'm able, I'm teachable. I Everything is possible for me, but it's what I am doing actively. Okay? That's a big difference. Hey Joshua, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Yes, Joshua, amazing experience. Hi, Miss Lynn, how are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes, and we don't need that, do we? We want nothing but blessings, but overflow and abundance. But I don't know about you all, but for me, I did not learn that I had to speak over my life. Once again, I'm going to come on camera for a little bit, because there's certain things that I feel like you have to say with people looking at you in your face. You know, I want to say, this to somebody who needs to hear it. You're not cursed, you're blessed. You're not incapable, you're capable. Your cup runneth over. You are everything that you need to be, but you got to reach down inside of yourself and believe in yourself. You have to work on your own confidence, and you have to speak over your life. I'm able, I'm capable. I am not my past. I am not the situation. I'm not what other people say. I am what I do. See, and that is the difference. A lot of us do not get busy in doing and being who we want to be. So, whatever it is that you want to do in your life, whoever you want to be, not what other people say you are, it's what do you say, and how do you prove it by your actions. See, because when I learned to love me, love me, I had to learn to fall in love with myself. I don't know about you all, but I had to learn to fall in love with myself. I had to learn how to be my own friend. I had to learn to work on confidence. I had to learn that it was okay to do something different. It was okay to start a business. It was okay to start again. It was okay to feel sad. It was okay to cut people off. I had to learn that part because this topic, talking about not letting people use you, I had to learn that just because I loved them, it does not mean they loved me back. See, that was some healing for my soul, mind, and spirit. I had to learn that part, that not everybody who says they love you actually does. Because there's a lot of people who are doing a lot of taking, and that's exactly what they do. They will take from you, they will use you, they will manipulate you, they will control you as long as you allow them. But it's not until you stop allowing them. Okay? Stop allowing people to use you. Hi, good morning, Miss Tracy. How are you doing? Welcome. It's not until you stop allowing people to use you, stop allowing people to control you, before your life will change. Hi, Angela. How are you doing? Welcome in. I hope everybody's doing amazing. If you guys could hit the like, I really would appreciate it. And it wasn't until I started to work on me and say things like that, like, I am enough, and I don't have to please everybody. I have to please me. And the same thing for you all. Please yourself. And not that you're selfish. That is something that I had to learn, that it was okay if I said no to my sibling or anybody in my life if I don't like it. And a lot of times people will in your life will ask you why, or how come, or you used to. Well, not anymore. When you make changes and you work on yourself and you love yourself, you give yourself the permission to be different. That's something that I had to learn, and not have any guilt behind speaking up for myself. And when they say no, and I said no because I don't want to, you have to work on your confidence in that too. And that took me some time to be confident enough to say no because I don't want to. No because I can't afford it. No because I don't like the way you treat me. No because that's not what God has for me. So you have to fit in your life what you want. And until you know how to voice that, and until you're confident enough to say no, just because I don't want to, or I don't like how you asked me, or this is one of my biggest things in people using me, is that I can't take, is people only call you when they want something. And that really grinds my gears. It raises my blood pressure and makes me so upset when somebody only calls me when they want something. I don't like that. Now, I understand that we all need each other and we all go through things. But if you only call me when you want something and never call me just to check in, just to tap in, just to say, hey, how are you doing? I was thinking about you. Or even, how about this? Calling someone just to say, I love you. I hope you have a great day. What about that part? And that's one of the things that therapy really helped me to learn to find my voice. And the things that I don't want to do, I don't do it. And I don't care who's mad, with relatives, and probably some of them will be watching this right now. There's some people that I had to cut all the way off. I had to cut them off because it was draining me in every aspect. And it was affecting my health. Like, my blood pressure was getting high. you know I was feeling really stressed out. I was crying a lot because I don't know about you all, but a lot of times, like, you'll be giving so much and pouring out so much, extending yourself, and they don't even say thank you. They don't even check on you. It's one of those things, like, they expect, like, you have to have time for them, you have to do this for them, and you don't. See, no, nobody, it doesn't matter who they are, whether it's your blood relative or it's a spouse, significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, a friend, nobody, you don't have to do nothing for nobody if you don't want to. See, and that is something that you have to teach people. And that's what I'm talking about in learning to find my voice. When I found my voice, I learned that I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. And I don't have to feel guilty about it. And I don't have to explain why. Okay? You don't have to explain why. It's no because I said no. And that's it. And don't ask me again. You know? And people will be counting your own money. That's one of the things that really irritates me. Like, because when people know you're responsible, so either you save money, you have good credit, you have credit cards, or you have your home together, you got your business, you got your education, whatever it is that is going on for my Gems family. People will feel because you have things or because you've done something, you owe them. Well, you have the money, right? Because I saved it, because I got up and I went to work, because I'm responsible, because I don't waste. So that's one of the things that I had to learn is you don't get to get all the fringe benefits. And there are people who will wait in the wings and know when it's your payday. Know when okay, oh yeah, you're going to get your income tax back. Let me go ask for some money. They have always borrowed, never paid back. They always have an attitude, they have an excuse. It's so much that it is so overwhelming. It's like it's this heavy weight that you have on your back or on your head. Like it literally will start to affect your mental health. Like you literally feel like you're losing your mind dealing with them because they never stop. If you do one thing, they want another. And that's one of the reasons why I made this channel, Life with Marlene, because I was giving myself the permission to live my life, not their life, not your relative, not a spouse, not a boyfriend, not a girlfriend, not this person, not that person, my life. And I'm happy to report that I'm finally living my life at my big age. I'm finally living my life and letting myself, go somewhere by myself, travel, have some fun, laugh, or do whatever it is that I want to do, you know? Yes. Yes. Okay. Miss Tracy says, yesterday I went to spend the day with my oldest daughter and family treated them for dinner. And today, Mom, can you cash at me? No good morning or nothing. Yeah. That's one of the things that we always have to work on. We have to work on ourselves. And that's one of the things that I had to learn too. When somebody shows you who they are, to believe them and believe them the first time. When I finally realized that I had relatives, notice I did not say family, because family are the ones that choose you back. And unfortunately, relatives don't always choose you back. Family chooses you back, and family can be anybody. See, my family is people who have been brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, mothers, grandparents that have poured so much love, so much time into me. I have had sisters on social media. I have found grandparents and mentors. See, a lot of times you'll find people who are strangers and they will be willing to give and support and listen to you, and your own flesh and blood won't do the same thing for you. So it's a lesson, and it's for us to like wake up. And I had to literally say to myself, like, Marlene, what are you doing? Why do you keep allowing this? why don't you say no? And like in the back of my mind, I literally wanted to say no. But for so many years, we're conditioned to think, well, I'm not a good sister, or I'm not a good friend. I'm not a good this person if I say no. And because you have been doing something for so long, it's easier said than done to cut it off. But I had to just start off first by saying, you know what, I have to talk to you. Start by saying that. You have to have a conversation and let people know how you feel, and tell them, you only call me when you want money, or you only call me when you want me to do something for you. And I'm not willing, if you can't just spend time with me, then I can't spend time with you. I don't have time. I don't My time is precious. Or another thing that really irritates me with the people who use you is they don't have time management skills. They'll say, "Hey, let's hang out at 10." 10 turns to 11, 11 turns to noon, noon turns to 1 p.m., and then they're like, "I'm outside. I'm not at home anymore. You said 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock." So I don't hold people's hand. You have to show people you got to be accountable for you. And if you know you were running late, you need to communicate that. See, we also have to teach people, when you are mature enough, if a person is not there, like, "I'm sorry, you were taking a long time, or you're busy with your kids, or you work late, you were tired, but you need to communicate with me. Since you did not communicate with me, I chose to go and do something else. I'm not going to sit and wait my whole day to enjoy my life." And that was something that really has helped me a lot. Not sitting down and waiting for people to love me, or to treat me right, or to take me somewhere. Me going out by myself, go on those trips, go to the spa, go to, whatever it is that you want to do with your life. But don't sit and wait for people to support you. Don't sit and wait for people to love you. Don't, because they don't. Some people never will, no matter how much you want to. And I can say this from the deepest parts of my heart, is that I want so many people in my life to love me back. But some people, either they're not capable, they don't want to, they don't care, or they only want you to give to them. And those are the individuals that I cannot keep in my life. And like I did on yesterday's live with Boss Life Online, those are the people that I have to block, you know? And it is what it is. If they're unhappy, that's their problem. We have to teach people to be accountable. We have to teach people to grow up, and that we're not going to accept their poor behavior, you know? I had to do that, because I'm like, why am I wasting my whole day away? Like, okay, let's meet at 10 o'clock. Okay, 10 o'clock happens, 11 o'clock. So I got up and I left. I'm not going to sit and wait all day. So it's those people who don't care about time management. They feel that you have to wait on them the whole day, when they get ready, when they get to it. Oh, I'll call them. Oh, she's not busy, or he's not busy. No, you have to show people how to treat you. You train people how to treat you. And once they know that you are not going to put up with their foolishness, and you're not going to sit and wait, you're not going to coddle them, you're going to tell them how you feel. And like I always say, in a respectful way. I'm a respectful person. I don't have to tell people off and cuss them out. I just said, hey, I thought we were going to get together, but I guess not. So I'm moving on with my day. I'll see you next time. And oh no, I was on my way. Nope, I'm already out next time. Because don't play games with me. You have to show people how serious you are about your life. And that's where I am in my life. If you're going through something, you need to communicate. Okay? It's not, how would I know that? I no longer sit and wait on people all day to communicate with me. I no longer sit and wait all day for people to respect me, I'm not going to hold people's hand. And unfortunately, a lot of times our relatives or our friends or whoever in our life, we hold their hands. We keep allowing them to have poor behavior and to disrespect us and to treat us in a way that we don't deserve, but we don't speak up for ourselves. So, really, if you want to talk about it, it all goes back to us. It goes back to, why do I allow it? Why didn't I communicate how I felt? Don't let people keep hurting your feelings. Don't let people run over you. You are not a doormat. And that is one of the things that when I found my voice and I said, you will not disrespect me. You will not ghost me. You will not let me sit and wait here all day. You will not talk to me in a disrespectful manner and think it's going to happen twice. The first time it happens, I'm going to block you. And then they're going to be like, why did you block me? Do you know why auntie blocked me, or cousin, or whoever? I block you because you're rude and I don't have to take it. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Yes, it's always nice to see everybody in the chat. Thank you all so much for being here. Yeah, it'd be a stranger that will show you so much love than an immediate, well, I don't call them family member. I call them immediate relatives. We're not family. If you can't check on me and love me the way that I give you love, then you can stay over there. Yes. Yep. Yeah, nobody with their hand out, you mean? Yeah. Well, I don't have that anymore, Angela, because I've made a choice. I don't give handouts. I don't give my money away. I don't do any of those things anymore. I tell them, you need to be responsible with your money. I don't have it. Yes, I have had that happen to me many times on my call. When they need something, I shut all that down. Enough is enough. Yeah, you are the ones that have to shut it down. We are the ones that have to say no, and we don't have to deal with people and their rudeness. It's very rude, right, Angela and chat? It's very rude. Don't let people treat you in a rude way. Don't let people treat you like that. You deserve way better than that. Yeah, I've left people that were late to leave me to leave for an important trip. Yes. And that's one of the things that I'm so happy that I'm in the space that I am right now. Like, before I used to be like, oh, I want to do my hair or I want to go and do my nail, but I was always waiting to go with somebody because I never felt like, and one day my therapist told me, like, why don't you just go to the spa by yourself? Or why don't you just go to the movies or out to eat or at the event by yourself? Then you wouldn't get irritated. You could do what you want to. You wouldn't spend as much money, because this is another thing that irritates me about people who use you. They always want you to pay for them. I don't know who out there goes through things like that. They're always, oh, can you cover me? Oh, and it's always some reason why they don't have the money. Oh, they just took my car note. I just paid this. I just paid that. It's like, like you don't really have problems either. Hey, Miss Key, how are you doing? Welcome. Yeah. Oh, wow, Angela, 2 hours down the highway. And finally they called. Too bad, so sad. Yeah. Yeah. They need to find their own way. And that's what I say all the time. We are the ones that have to teach people how to treat us. And if people in our lives are not treating us well, then why do we allow it? Okay? Why do we allow it? And that was something that I had to ask myself. Only I can answer that. That's not for them. That's for me to answer. Why do I keep allowing them to do this to me, So it was like, oh wow. Yeah. It's like that's me. That has nothing to do with them. And the next question, like my life coach was saying, why do they still have access to you? If somebody is cussing you out, bad behavior, using your money, why do they still have access to you? Why are you still talking to them? You need to cut off all communication with people who are not respectful. You have to teach people I'm valuable. I'm blessed. I'm loved. Okay. And if you don't know how to value me, you don't deserve to be in my life. Okay. I'm the one that had to make that my life. I'm the one that had to shift my mindset. And a lot of people will be upset. They'll be angry. Oh, you think you're better now? Who cares what you think? What is important is what do you think? What do you think, Jams? Will you allow yourself to live a different life? Will you allow yourself to change the trajectory of your life? Because I'll tell you that your life will completely change when you change. When you change your attitude. See, there was a long time before I used to really struggle with low self-esteem, very low confidence because of other people. What they would say, they would laugh at you at your expense. Oh, you're fat. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you can't do anything, like not saying it in those words, but insinuating, with dropping little, what do they call that? Backhanded compliments. It's like, no, do not allow people to do things like that to you, okay? You deserve better. So that's one of the things that I wanted to come on and to say is that we deserve better. Whoever needs to hear that on today, you deserve better. You deserve to be respected. You deserve for people to show up for you. You deserve for people to check on you and to be kind and respectful of your boundaries and your opinions and the things that make you feel uncomfortable. Because that was one of the things that used to get on my nerves when somebody would say, well, that doesn't bother me. Well, it bothers me. So don't do it. You have to advocate for yourself. And if they don't like it, that's their problem. That's a them problem. That's not a me problem. I already said, I don't like that. Don't do it. And I'm saying, this is the only warning I'm going to give you. If you do it again, I'm going to block you and I'm going to cut you off, and mean it and stand on that. See, that is when people will understand that you got to shape up. You got to come correct, or you're not going to be in my life. And that's real. And I put that on everything. I said, I put that sauce on everything. If you don't know how to treat me, you're not going to have access to me. You're not going to talk to me, and I will not support you because I'm moving on with my life. I'm no longer having people that are just attached themselves to me. I'm over that in my life at my big age. I'm over people who just want to hold on to you or try to drag you down because they're crabs in the barrel. They only want to live on your gifts. They want to live on your blessings. They want to live on your money. They want to live on your hard work that you've put in to be the woman or the man that you are. Don't let them use you. Don't let them control you. Don't let them drop even one seed of doubt into your mind. Now, even one little seed. If somebody says something and you don't like it, you block them and move on. Like, cut them off. The cutoff game is real. And my cutoff game is real and it's on point. I will block people so quickly your head will spin. And that's anybody. I don't care. Thank you so much, Angela. I appreciate you. But that's something that I had to learn. I had to learn to be in that position. I had to learn that I was enough. So I wanted to say that to everybody who is here too. Learn that you're enough. Okay? Know that you are enough. Okay? And I had to stop holding on to feeling like they will change. That was something that really held me back for a really long period of time, is feeling that one day they'll change. One day they'll love me, right? You tell yourself, one day they'll love me. One day they'll respect me. One day they'll be kind. One day, and guess what? Years pass by and nothing has ever changed. Actually, they get worse. They expect more. They treat you worse. They no show. And this is another thing about people who use you. They drop out of your life. Like they stop talking to you, no communication because they're going through something, right? But then when they get ready, they think that they can come back. See, for me, when if you didn't care enough to even say, "Hey, I'm going through something, but it's nothing, has nothing to do with you." If you cannot communicate that when you dropped out of my life, I was like, I delete your phone number. I was like, I haven't talked to you in over a year. And I don't do the only calling me or texting me on a holiday. Don't even bother. You're wasting your time. I'm not the one. I don't care about people saying, "How are you doing on a specific day?" If you have not checked on me throughout the year, don't waste your time. Okay? Save it, save that 10-second a text that you were texting me. Oh, you remember me today? What about the rest of the year? Hmm? Yeah. Don't let people do that to you. Hey Kristen, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wednesday to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody's doing amazing. So we're running into the last point that I'm going to cover. Don't let people use you when it comes to your talents. Okay. And I know that there's many of my gems family, those who are watching me now live and in the replay. You're talented at something. Don't let people talk you out of your gifts, talk you out of your talent, talk you out of your blessings, talk you out of your dreams, because I was stuck there for a long time because other people would look at me and say, "Oh, you can't do that." Or they would tell you something that you want to do. That's not good enough. Or that won't work, right? How many have been told that won't work? That's stupid. That's what you think. Keep your opinions to yourself. But also for me, I had to learn to stop telling people my business. That's something that when we get so excited about things, we want to tell people about our hopes and our dreams, but not everybody is meant to hold the weight of that dream. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Tracy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I wish I was on my other StreamYard. I would play you the super chat song, but I promise I'm gonna put you on the list and play the next time I go live next week. What's today? Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I'll make you be the first super chat song. Thank you so much. Um, so we are the ones that have to stop telling people our business. Okay. Stop telling people your business. Stop telling people what you're going through, what you're dealing with, because that is something that only a person that you can trust, that has proven that they care about you, that has shown that they're loyal, that's shown that they're not a reporter, they're not going to go and broadcast all your business to everybody. You cannot trust everybody just because you know them. And you cannot trust everybody just because they say they care about you. Saying and doing is two different things, and love is an action word. And if their actions are not showing that they care about you, you need to leave them alone. Okay? Yes, boundaries are so healthy, right? They are so healthy. They're healthy for them and they're healthy for you. Oh, thank you so much, Chill Will Crew. Now I feel bad that I'm not on my other StreamYard. I can't play you guys this song, but thank you so much, Chill Will Crew, for your super sticker. I appreciate it. You have to set boundaries and you have to stop telling people what you're going through, what you're dealing with, if they don't support you or they're not on track for your dreams. And there's a lot of things that we can do. Okay. And I want to encourage somebody. I don't know who needs to hear it, but I feel like I really need to narrow in on this message right here. There's a lot of things that you can do, Jams. There's a lot of talents that you have. There's a lot of gifts that you have. There's a lot of blessings. There's so much that is ahead for you. But if you do not cut yourself off from people who are taking, you won't be strong enough mentally, emotionally, and physically to go after your dreams and to achieve them. See, I want you to love yourself enough to say, enough is enough. I'm done with you. I cut you off. You know, what some people that you can't, leave them completely, but you can stop having the access to you, right? It's called loving people from a distance. Like, I love you, but I love me more. And that took me a long time to give myself that permission that I love you. And you can really love people. You can love your kids and love a friend and love this person, love that person, but it should not come before you. And I had to learn that. It took me a long time. I love you, but I love me more because I want to be here. I'm not going to make you make me unwell because of your problems and your issues and your disrespect and bad attitude. I'm not going to take a nosedive in my life. I'm not going to be sitting around being unhappy. No. Don't let people make you unhappy. People love to project their fears, their insecurities onto you and make you feel like you did something wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not the one that quit my job or waste my money or made bad decisions or whatever the case be, whatever it is that that person is doing. Don't take on other people's problems. In therapy, I had to learn to give people back their problems. You can apologize and say, I'm sorry you're going through this, but if it's not positive, I don't want to hear it. And there's a lot of people who will get mad when you change and improve and have a healthier mindset. Like, I love you, but if it's not something positive, I don't want to hear about it. Don't let other people get in your head, because I'm the type of person I'll start worrying about people. Oh, and feel like the need to fix it. And this message is for somebody. You don't have to fix people. It's not your job. You're not everybody's savior. Because I definitely had that savior complex. I felt like I needed to help, I needed to heal, I needed to fix. I had to do it. No, you don't. I had to say to myself, Marlene, give them back their life. I had to tell a lot of people, I release you. Okay. I release you. Okay. You need to go over there and put some work into yourself. You need to grow up, mature, heal. But I'm not the one. I'm not going to fix your problems. I cannot fix your situation. I cannot make you happy. I can only make me happy. Okay. And if you cannot do something for me that pours into me and makes me happy, I have to let you go. And I never understood how important that was. But it is so important to love yourself first. Okay. Love when you know you need to take a break mentally, do it. When you need to take a day off from work, a day off from friends, from relatives, from everybody, and just be by yourself and have some peace. And for me, it's like my brain relaxes, my blood pressure goes down. And that's one of the reasons why I love going to the beach. I love going places and just being quiet in nature and not hearing any noise. And I have to do that for me. That's not for anybody else. But it's because I choose me. So whether you have kids, you have this person, you have that person in your life, and they're going through stuff, never neglect yourself. Don't stop taking care of yourself because of them and they are doing all kinds of stuff. Take care of you first. Make sure you're eating and you're drinking your water and you're getting your exercise. That's what you're going to be seeing more on this channel with Life with Marlene. I am learning to love myself in a better degree, to a higher degree. So when you see my vlogs and you see my live streams and I'm out and about, sometimes I'll be with a friend or a family member. I should say, yeah, that is a family member. I don't go out with relatives anymore, but that's a topic for another day. But I did want to say this to everybody: never stop being you, okay? Don't let people control you. Stop telling people your business, all of those things, okay? And nobody has time for that nonsense, negative people. Yeah, we don't have time for that, and you got to cut them off and love yourself. Okay, remember, this is your life, and you know what I talk about over here on Life with Marlene. Love your life and live your life. And I want all of you gems for at some point today. I want you to do something for you that shows that you love yourself and that I choose myself, and work on that affirmation today. Like I tell myself every morning when I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror and I say, I give you the permission to be your best self. I give you the permission to be happy. I give you the permission to live your life on your terms. Use your gifts and your talents and know that you're enough. And I project that onto all of you too. Give yourself the permission to live your life and to love yourself. So if there's something that you want to do, go for it. Awaken your dreams. Okay. Love yourself. Even sometimes don't wait for somebody to hug you. Sometimes I just hug myself and I speak over my life. You're strong, you're powerful, you're courageous. This too shall pass. Go for your gifts. Use your talents. Love yourself. You're capable. Leave the negativity behind. Today is a new day and it's time for a new start. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate every single one of my Gems family. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Leave me a like, please. Can we get the likes up? I would definitely appreciate it. And we're going to try this again next week, Wednesday, about the same time. I would say like 12:45 Eastern Standard Time for another topic. Yeah, don't let people use you. Know you're enough. Love your life and live your life. I'm Life with Marlene, your Florida vlogger for vlogs, motivation, positivity, travel, and thrifting. See you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Love your life, live your life, and do not let people use you.